Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Let's see. Could you type in the chat if you're having microphone issues today? Is anyone having microphone issues? Anything connected with a microphone that's not working? All right, so since everyone has not microphone issues, everyone will be able to participate, right? Catalina Rosales, are you here?
Yes, teacher.
All right, Catalina, hi.
Hi.
So my question for you is the following. Could you describe what you did yesterday? What did you do yesterday during the day? You're going to answer the question, and the rest of us will pay attention because later there are going to be some questions for the rest of you, all right?
Okay, so I was in classes and I tried to give time to my kind of job because I sell, I don't know how to say this in English, but I sell like alfajores. So I was all day doing this because I had like delivers. So I spent like my whole day doing that. And that's it. I spent all my time in my house.
Thank you so much, Catalina. Questions? Elizabeth, Fernando, Isabel. A question for Catalina. Anything about yesterday?
Catalina, did you get up early yesterday?
Yes. I think I had classes at 8:30, so I got up really early.
Elizabeth, please. Sorry.
Catalina, what did you lunch yesterday?
Oh, I don't remember. I had like a soup with a lot of vegetables, and salad. and that's it.
Thank you, Fernando.
What class did you have yesterday?
I had grammar, and I had like another class, but the teacher didn't have our emails to add us to Teams, so we didn't have class with him.
Okay.
Thank you. Elizabeth and then Sebastian.
Okay. How long have you been preparing and selling sweets, these alfajores?
I've been selling them like for a month, sort of, and that's it because I'm saving money to buy things to myself, and because I want to take out my wisdom teeth and saving money. That's because I'm selling sweets.
Thank you. Sebastián?
Catalina, did you enjoy cooking these alfajores?
Yeah, I really enjoy cooking them. But now I realize that one of them that it's covered with chocolate, it's really, it really takes time. And I just prepare some new ones, and they're so much easier. It doesn't take much time.
All righty, very good questions. Does anyone else have a question for Catalina?
Me? Catalina,
Go on,
what
please.
is your favorite cookie?
Like cookie of any flavor. Um, I don't know. I haven't eaten any cookie like lately, but when I used to go to college, my mom always made these cookies with chocolate chips, so I really love them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, Lisbeth, and then Juan Alfaro, and then Valentina Negrete. Do you remember at least one piece of information given by Catalina? Lisbeth? Juan Alfaro? Valentina Negrete?
Yes, I remember that. I mean, of all the things that she said, even the answers.
Mhm.
She has been doing these alfajores for a month. Because she has to get her wisdom teeth removed. And yesterday she had a soup for lunch, and she had to wake up really early.
Fabulous, Valentina. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Good job. Juan Alfaro, what do you remember? Juan? Juan Alfaro?
Teacher?
Yes?
I think Juan doesn't have a light in her in his house.
I remember that she
He's
wakes
there.
up at
Thank
that she had classes at 8:30 and that she had grammar.
Exactly. 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 What else, Juan? Do you remember anything else? Yes, at least I can hear you, Juan. Not with a really high quality, but it's still understandable. All right. I think she mentioned something about classes, right?
Yes, she mentioned something like yesterday she didn't have classes with maybe communicative competence because the teachers haven't have the our email address yet, so they cannot add us to Teams.
Exactly, that's right. That's something that I remember as well. I'm sorry about that, Juan. Yeah, having electricity issues is it really sucks, particularly when you're trying to connect to a class, right? It happened to me once, and yeah, totally understand. And hopefully this will get fixed soon. Hopefully. Anyway, the class is going to be recorded, right? So my question is going to be more technical now. Whenever we have verbs, when we refer to actions in the past, like the question that was asked to Catalina, what did you do yesterday? What did you do yesterday, Catalina? You know, for example, stay. Stay, and we have the verb in past tense, stayed, right? I don't know, you can say I talk, talked, past tense, walked my dog, visited my grandparents, let's say call, I called my boyfriend or my girlfriend. Okay, so here we have verbs like stay, talk, walk, visit, and call. Can anyone refer to or explain, trying to use a more technical language, in which way this final ed ending looks similar, but it's actually different in terms of pronunciation? I don't know if my question is clear, because we don't say stay it, and we don't say talk it, we don't say walk it, but we say visit it, right? And we say, yeah.
I think teacher is for the last sound, the last consonant sound. If it is like plosive, for example, or no, sorry, if it is voiceless, it's what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to say it. Like for example, when it's voiceless, we have to add like a talked, like the T ending, talked. And for example, instead of visit, we have the sound is like T is continuous plosive, but it have a different like it have a different sound. Visit, we have to say visited. We have to add like for example an extra syllable in this case. I don't know if I explain myself.
Yeah, you did. Let's see what Sebastian has to say, and then Esther, right? Is Sebastian and then Esther.
Okay, we say visited because the T is already alveolar. So if we do not pronounce the E, sounds like visited, and it's not a good sound, and it is not understandable. So, for example, in talk, we say talked because we don't have an ending with an alveolar letter.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I think that's adding and it's contributing to the answer. Actually, Esther, would you like to complement the answer as well?
Yeah, I have a more easier answer to this because I have a post-it in my phone with the pronunciation of ed end. For example, if the word and T, I mean, for example, if the word and it, how I explain this? I got it. If the word and PED, the pronunciation is T sound. For example, loft. And in T sound, if the word and for example in S ed, the pronunciation is used. I mean, I don't understand how to explain it, but I trying to watch this. I think it's more clear to understand this. Socks explains things. This. You can see it. Oh my god. This.
Yes, we can see it. All right, that's a great chart that you have there. The first one we have in the first column we have the additional syllable it. In the second column we have the final t, and in the last column we have the final d. Excellent chart, and that's a wonderful contribution. And I think you can maybe can you take a snapshot and share it? I mean, only if you can and want, of course.
No, I tried to share that.
Okay,
my WhatsApp.
all right. So exactly, that's the idea. We need to pay attention to the last sound, right? And the last sound will give us a clue about whether we need to use a voiceless t or a voiced d or an extra syllable. If you're looking at this example in the PDF file that I hope to be sharing with you, we have the words in blue: laughed, finished, killed, right? Helped, wanted, hiked, rented, covered, haunted, hunted, right? So if we group them, let's think about the ones ending in t. T. The one ending in t for the ed sound. For example, which one do you think are going to end in t?
Finished.
Perfect. Finished.
Inte helped.
Helped. Mm-hmm.
Hiked.
Hiked. Okay.
We don't have anyone more. That's it.
Okay, that's it. Daniela?
Yes.
Sorry, you were going to say. Thank you, Esther, for your contribution. So, what do you think, Daniela? Any other word that should end in a t sound besides finished, helped, hiked?
We already have laughed.
Maybe left.
Yes.
Okay, left. All of them has a final t. Exactly. So if we pay attention to the previous sound, laugh, we have, which is a voiceless sound, right? Finish, we have sh, which is also a voiceless sound. The same case with p in help, and the same way with k in hike. Yeah. Perfect. Now let's take a look at this one. Can I don't know if I can use a different color. Can I use a different color? I guess not.
Sí, profesor, tiene que poner el botón de la derecha
Okay.
sobre el resaltador. Está firmando primero. Tiene que cerrar el firmado.
Okay. Let's close it.
Después tiene que ir acá en donde está el resaltador, botón de la derecha.
Okay.
y poner mostrar barra de propiedades. Ahí.
Okay.
Tiene que seleccionar la primera. Selecciona el resaltador, profesor.
Okay.
Como si fuese a escribir. Ahí, perfecto. Y ahora le selecciona el color.
Wonderful. I really appreciate your help. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great. Great. Thank you so much. So, killed. What do we have here? Was not part of a group ending in t. So, which one is this one?
Voiced sound. D ending.
Voiced.
Killed.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Any other?
Covered.
Covered.
Covered. Any other?
No.
No, right? So these words have a d ending because the previous sound is voiced, right? In
Yes.
killed, exactly. Is voiced, is voiced. Perfect. And the other ones,
D ending.
ED, yes. So in the other ones, we need to consider a
Extra syllable.
Extra
like
syllable.
wanted.
An extra syllable, right? Wanted.
Teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
We had to add an extra syllable just with T and D. If I am not mistaken, I don't remember very well.
Yes, that's true.
Yes,
Correct.
with T and D.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, the extra syllable can be it. Generally speaking, it's the one produced by British speakers in general, right? I'm not saying that it's just what a British speaker would say, but in general, it would be more connected with them or with this accent. And a schwa and a de, it's mainly produced by American speakers. So instead of wanted, we can find wanted. The same with rented, haunted or haunted. Okay, and the same in the last one, hunted or hunted. But the idea is that whenever we have this alveolar plosive, whether is t, a voiceless one, or d, a voiced one, as in need, right? Need. We need to add these extra syllable. Needed, wanted. Okay, that's sort of the general rule for past tense pronunciation of the ed form. Let's take a look at another question. Diana Marin, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Hello.
Hi.
So I have a question for you, Diana.
Okay.
Okay. The question is, choose someone, you know, a family member, someone that part of your family. So, for example, brother, mother, father, sister. All right. So the question is, what does your brother, sister, mother do on a daily basis? So the idea is that you talk about his or her daily routine. Did you get the question?
I don't know. Okay, I'm going to talk about my dad.
Okay, so what does he do as part of his daily routine?
He wakes up really early because he's like a chauffeur. No, a driver. To my mom because I don't know, transportation her to her job.
And then when he come back to the house, cleans up the house and make lunch. I don't know what else.
That's fine. Let's take a look at the run-up questions, right? Claudia Poblete, Camilo Roa,
Yes.
a question for Diana.
For Diana.
About her father, of course.
Okay. Does he like his job?
I mean, when I was talking about the job, I was talking about my mom job.
Wow.
Because he takes her to her job in the car.
So he likes to drive, I guess. Enjoy?
Yeah.
Drive?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, he likes to drive and he's a very good driver.
All right. All right. Camilo, do you have a question for her? I'm sorry, that was Camilo, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
My mistake, my bad.
No worries.
Sorry. Thank you. Gabriela Sasso, a question, please, for Diana.
Yes. Does your mom likes her job?
I guess yes, because she works like 8 years in the same job.
That's a good guessing. She has worked there for 8 years, so she must like her job, right?
Maybe.
All right. William, Valentina, Sebastian, do you have any question? Any questions?
With Sebastian.
Good question. Well, Isabel is raising her hand. Thank you, Isabel.
Yes, I have a question. Is your father a good cook?
Yes, he also is a good cooker.
Okay, so he's a good cook. All right, he's a good cook. Good question. And then Sebastián Salas.
I have this.
Okay, if Sebastián is not available, then William.
Okay. Diana.
It's just Diana, by the way.
Did your father cook yesterday?
Yes, he cooked I don't know how to say lentejas. Lentils?
Lentils, yes. Very good.
That was he cooked yesterday. Lentils.
All right. Elizabeth Mejias.
No, I was asked about what she launched yesterday, but William already asked that. So I don't know.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Elizabeth Loyola, do you remember at least one piece of information given by your classmate, Diana?
Yes, she talked about her dad. He wakes up very early in the morning because he has to take his wife to her job, and he's in charge of cleaning the house and do the cooking. And regarding her mom, she said that he likes her job and she has been there for 8 years or something like that.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Very, very well done. Yeah, very well done. Excellent. Fernanda Navarro, don't hide from me. Fernanda, are you there?
Hello.
All right. What do you remember, Fernanda? Additional information.
I think that Elizabeth said like almost everything. um,
Now, do you have an extra question, like a bonus question?
yeah. Does your dad enjoy cleaning the house?
I guess it's something that everyone has to do. So it's like an obligation. I don't know if he enjoy cleaning the house.
Yeah, probably that's maybe what's his least favorite chore, or what's his most favorite chore? Right?
Sorry?
That could, yeah. Maybe there's a least favorite chore, or the most favorite chore. Some people cannot stand doing the dishes or sweeping the floor because of that. Yeah.
I think he enjoys washing the dishes. For example, when he's cooking, sometimes when he's cooking, he wash the like spoons, etc. Durante, while he's cooking.
Ah, okay. All right. Multitasking.
Yes.
Yeah, multitasking. All right. Interesting. So, because I have some friends who say that men cannot multitask, only women can. I don't know about that. I don't want to go into this conversation anyway. Okay. Camila Leon, I'm going to type some verbs that were mentioned during this conversation. For example, wake, right? And the third person wakes, right? And then also take was mentioned, and the third person takes. Also clean, if you can help me out, please. Cleans. Any other verb that you remember that was mentioned by Diana?
Cooks.
Perfect. Cook and cooks. Any other?
Drives.
Perfect. Drives. Any other? Come on, guys, you're younger than me. You should have a better memory.
What? Likes.
Likes. I think she mentioned wash. Did she?
Yes.
Yes, she did.
Wash. Yes, she did, right? Wash, washes. Hey, what else? Enjoy, I think she mentioned. Enjoy. Enjoys. I think the word is misspelled. Let me edit it. Okay. And she mentioned a couple of times have. Just you know, to remember some of these verbs. Okay, so wake, wakes, takes, cleans, cooks, drives, likes, washes, enjoys. Okay, can anyone refer to a rule here? Because they all look the same. We just add the letter S, the grapheme S, and wakes, takes, cleans, cooks, drives, likes. Here we have something more interesting as well, right? Washes. The original verb wash. Can anyone refer to the rule here? When
Yes,
we, yeah?
I think is like, for example, when we talk about the third person, we have to add the S obligatory. It's an obligation to add the S because we are talking about the third person. And for example, if I talk about myself or I talk about you, maybe I can use take by itself. But if I'm talking about she, he, it, I should use S at the end of the verb. I think this is what I think. I don't know if my classmates have another opinion about that or another suggestion, but it's what I think. I don't know if I have explained myself.
Oh, yes, you have. Yes, you have. Now, I'm referring more than the grammar aspect, the pronunciation aspect. So, for example, if we have the verb take, and we consider adding the S, is not going to be the same as when we think about the verb drive, and we say drives, or when we say wash. And it's like she will come back from the death. So let's focus on the pronunciation component here. Is it the same? Is it different? In which way is it different? If it's different, let me hear your thoughts. Do you remember this this sort of rule? If you don't, that's fine. Elizabeth, you were raising your hand.
Yes, I think when it comes to pronunciation of final S, we have to take in consideration if the last sound is voiceless or voiced. So depending on that, and also we have to take in consideration the syllable group. So depending on that, we're going to have 3 different endings, is, s, and z. So if it ends in a sibilant sound, it's going to pronounce is. If it ends in a voiceless sound, we're going to use s, and with a voice sound, z.
Right, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Now, I don't know if this makes sense to the rest of your classmates. Okay, that's because that's so you said depending on the final sound of the word, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the final sound of the word take?
Which is voiceless.
Okay, so whenever we have a voiceless sound, or a voiceless, consonant, because all of the vowel sounds are voiced, so a voiceless consonant. We
have to pronounce the final S as z.
Okay, so we have to pronounce the final sound as s. Okay. And what's the final sound of the verb drive?
Anyone?
Open. No, for everyone.
Okay. Is Z like the Z sound? Drives.
Exactly. The final sound of drives is Z. Now, the sound before Z, the verb drive, what's the final sound of drive?
Is a voice consonant sound?
It's a voiced consonant sound, right? V is voiced. So whenever we have a voiced consonant sound, we have to use, go on.
We have to use the Z ending.
Exactly. We have to use this Z ending after a voiced consonant sound or a vowel sound, right? And Elizabeth Loyola mentioned that the concept of sibilant. What's a sibilant sound?
Sibilant sound is all the sound that end in S, X, and CH. Like, I don't know if I have to say the name of those consonants, but I guess sibilant sound is those kind of letters I have mentioned.
Okay.
I think that
so whenever
sounds, I'm sorry.
Go on, please.
Are the ones that we produce by forcing the air through our teeth.
Okay, so they are sort of causing friction in the mouth or oral cavity.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. For example, the last sound of wash. The last sound of wash is
an extra syllable. Washes. Sorry.
Right. The final sound of washes is an extra syllable, and the previous sound should be this, the one that looks like this, right? Very small. Right. Shh. So this one is called, as Elizabeth Loyola mentioned, a sibilant sound, right? And when we have a sibilant consonant sound, we need to add this extra syllable, and the ending might be is, right?
Yes,
or so far so good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Some speakers, instead of using is, may use a schwa, right? So may use something like this. Okay, let me put it in yellow and a little bit bigger. So some people say washes. Some people say washes. For those of you who are not familiar with the concept of sibilant, we have sh, right? We also have the one in vision, j, right? We also have the fricative, sorry, the affricate, ch. Okay, I'm going to type in here. So these are sibilant sounds, right? Whenever you think about sibilant, think about, you know, like a snake, right? So we have j, we have ch, j, j. And of course the one here. So those are called sibilant sounds, right? So sibilant consonant sounds. Whenever you have a sibilant sound or sibilant consonant sound at the end, and you are producing the third person singular form, you have to add an extra syllable. So wash, washes. Same thing with the verb, for example, watch TV. So my mother watches, right? Watches TV. Okay, so that's the idea. Watches, right? And you can have the pronunciation in is or with a schwa. All right. Question. What's the difference between phonetics and phonology? What's the difference between phonetics and phonology, Bear? I didn't expect this silence. What's the purpose of the articulatory phonetics? No, this is okay. An easier question. What's the difference between a phoneme and an allophone? Yes, Claudia Boletti. Phonetics is the scientific study of speech, right? The scientific study of speech sounds, right? In general, in languages in general, right? But phonology deals with how these sounds, right, are selected by some languages and are arranged in different forms, in different ways, right? Exactly. That's. Thank you for your answer in the chat, Claudia Paulete. Because I don't know. Let's suppose that there are 100 sounds in the world, and Spanish uses only some of them, right? For example, in Spanish we only have 5 vowel sounds, but English has 12 vowel sounds. So some languages use more sounds, other languages use less. Some of them distribute them in different ways. That's what Claudia was referring to, right? Phonology deals with that. For example, in English, we can say star, sprite, steak. We can start with the sound followed by a plosive t. Even we can have an we can say strange, right? Strict. But in Spanish, I don't know about the word starting with s and followed by t. I mean, we say estante, but estante starts with an e, with a vowel sound before the consonant s. So that's the way that some languages distribute sounds, and that's what phonology deals with. Okay, how some sounds are used and arranged in different in a different distribution. That's also what's called phonotactics. Okay, if you want to take a look at phonotactics, I think that's the way it's spelled. Phonotactics deals with in which way some arrangement or distribution of sounds. Some of them are allowed, some of them are not allowed in specific languages, just such as English. I mean, that's the one we're studying now. Okay. Minimal pairs. For example, there's an example that you're going to find in the Kahoot activity. The words weight and blade, are they minimal pairs? Yes, no, why? Or justify your answer, right, to sound more academic. Weight and blade, are they minimal pairs?
I think they are not minimal pair, teacher, because they have different pronunciation. And I think minimal pair is when the word is pronounced like exactly the same, but they have different meaning. This is what I think about minimal pair.
So words that are pronounced. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because I've been playing around with the microphone a lot. Okay, so words that have the same pronunciation and have a different meaning. So in this case, I have meat and meat in the chat. They have the same pronunciation, but they have a different meaning. These minimal pairs?
I think so.
Okay. Esther, you said to the previous question that weight and blade are not minimal pairs. Why not?
Because they have different pronunciation. I think the minimal pairs is when both words have really close pronunciation.
Okay, all right. All right. What about this? Fun and fan, are they minimal pairs? I mean, do we have a minimal pair here?
Yes, sir.
All right. Why?
Because I think they are pronounced like exactly the same as I said before, but they have like a familiar pronunciation, but different meaning. But it's change. I think is the change. The difference between both of them is the vowel sound. One is the wedge, and the other one is the a, as in cut, like that. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think you're in the right track. Not 100% correct, but you're on the right track because fun and fan have exactly the same consonant sounds, and there's only one sound which is different. One phoneme is different, which is the, as you mentioned. Go
I
ahead.
think the version is with a schwa sound. In the fan de ventilador es como con la AE sound.
Yes, you're right. You're right. The first one, fun, is with a wedge, and fan, this device, right? When it's hot, it's with a trap. Exactly. A wedge and a trap. So the point is, fun and fan are minimal. These are a minimal pair because every single sound is exactly the same except but one. And only one sound is different, okay? When you say fun and fan, the only different sound is the vowel sound, right? In the example of fan and tan, we have the same situation. Only the initial consonant sound in this case is different, right? So whenever we have a situation like this, when only one phoneme is different, we are dealing with minimal pairs, right? In the first example, the original one, weight and blade, are they, I mean, are we talking about a minimal pair? I'm insisting like a dog with a bone, right?
I mean, if you said that there's only difference from one sound, then I think that they are because they have the difference of the first consonant, weight and blade. The rest is like the same. I think they kind of are.
Okay, all right.
They're not minimal pairs because the first sound, the two first sounds in blade are two different letters. Blade. We have a B and we have a L, and it's different than weight. So I think, I'm trying to explain this. I think that blade has more sounds than weight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Teacher.
Exactly.
Maybe it's because they have exactly the same vowel sound. Like that. I think.
Yeah. Well. The answer has to do with the number of sounds, as Iklas was saying. Isabel, right?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, right. Because blade has a digraph. I mean, bill and l, and weight has only w before, right? It's one sound. So if you count the sound, you're going to find more in the second one in blade. So they are not exactly minimal pairs because it's not only one sound that's different, but two. So we don't have we have two words that rhyme. They rhyme, but we don't have a minimal pair there. Sorry for abusing your patience this session. I'm going to be seeing you next week, hopefully. That's going to be next Tuesday, okay? In the afternoon. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
You too, teacher.
Alrighty.
Bye.
You too, take care.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you around. I try to stop the recording. Okay.